Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Kelly and today I'm going to do the birthday book tag. My birthday's at the end of this week, so I thought this would be the perfect time to do this. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the prompts, and this is a fun one and an easy one to do. First one, birthday cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche but you really enjoy it, and I am going to say The Princess by Lori Wick for this one. It is a pretty cliche book, pretty predictable, but I've always loved this one and I read it several times. The next one, Unopened Gifts, your most anticipated book release this year. So I'm thinking like this next year of my life, because I don't really have one for the rest of 2024, but in 2025, the next book in the Morrigan Crow series by Jessica Townsend comes out, and that's called Silverborn. And I will read I'm really looking forward to it because my daughter's bugging me about it, like every week, when does it come out? When does it come out? And she knows when it comes out now, but they've changed the release date several times. So I usually, some new releases, I usually preview first because there aren't reviews I can check out to make sure that it was appropriate for her. So I will definitely be reading that before her, which will make her jealous. Next, the Birthday Presents, a book that surprised you with how much you loved it. And I am going to say that Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, I'd heard it hyped so much, and I thought, okay, this is just going to be a pretty nice classic, but the themes of the story and how, how a lot of times we warp what is good and what looks beautiful actually isn't beautiful inside, and I just really enjoyed that book, and it surprised me on how much I really enjoyed it. Next, the Happy Birthday Songbook that certainly deserved all the hype that it got. And I would say for this one, that would be the Time Traveling series by Gabrielle Meyer. All three of the first books in that series. I thought that it was probably going to be overhyped. I'd heard so much about it, and then I read it, and I thought that they were very well done. I loved the different timelines, just fantastic. All right, Birth Year, a book that was published the year that you were born. Okay, and I have actually never read this, believe it or not, and that is The Never Ending Story. I loved the movies when I was a little girl. I think I saw those in the late 80s, early 90s, but I have never actually read the book, and I want to change that in 2025, read that with my kids. So I'm looking forward to that. Next, Getting Older, a book that you read a long time ago, but you think that would appreciate more if you read it as a more mature reader. And I'm going to say Othello by Shakespeare, which is actually a play, I know, not a book, but I remember enjoying it, but I think that if I read it now, I would enjoy the deeper themes. So I remember it being one of my favorite Shakespeare that I've read. I've reread others like Macbeth and Hamlet and such since then, but I have never read Othello since high school, and so I'd really like to reread that at some point in time. Let me know if you'd like to buddy read that with me. All right, Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad, demanding period of your life. And I have talked about this before, but that would be the Seaside Cafe Mystery Series by Bree Baker, that's an acronym for Julie Ann Lindsay. After my husband had his stroke, it was difficult because for quite a while, because he lost his peripheral vision, he couldn't drive. He had to wait till his body adjusted to his new vision to be able to drive. And so I was doing driving for 5 people, and so I would turn that audiobook on, and it was just so fun, peaceful, and happy. If there are audiobooks, or not audiobooks, if there are cozy mysteries, they can have an audiobook that you enjoy and that are similar, you think, to the Seaside Cafe Mysteries and other things that Julianne Lindsay and her other acronyms as well, like that similar type of cozy mystery, let me know, because I would love to try them out, especially if they're some holiday ones for the season coming up that I could check out. All right, party guest. If you could spend your birthday with any fictional character, who would it be? And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people could guess that I would want to spend my birthday with Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Just love her so much. I think that she would amuse me endlessly and that we would be bosom friends. All right. Whoops. I lost I lost my notes for a second. Do you ever do that? Hopefully not when you're filming something. I might edit this out or I might leave it in. Time of the season. Find a book that takes place in the season you were born in. Okay, I'm going to say Fox by Nadine Brandis because that's about the Guy Fawkes gunpowder plot, and it makes me think, remember the 5th of November, which is a little before my birthday, but it's clearly in November that book is set. All right, party anywhere. Pick a book set in a time period, world, or country you would like to have been born in. And I'm not really sure I would want to be born at any other time than the one I'm in. Medical advances are so great. I just love, what we have to offer us, even with political and spiritual unrest in our world. I'm just thankful for the medical advances, the freedom that we have in this country. We're studying in history, and there's a period of time where like the Puritans, they came to America for religious freedom, but they didn't allow it where they were. So I find that all very interesting to think about. So I really, truly don't have a complete answer for that one. But I've always liked to read about the Victorian and the Edwardian period. So I'm going to say I would like to hang out with Samantha, American Girl, in her Christmas surprise book. Do you guys American Girl lovers? So I think I would like to, she's like the turn of the century, beginning of the Edwardian period, and I think I'd like to wear the period dress of the day and, see how Christmas was then. But I really don't have a complete true answer. All right, next. A book that represents who you were when you were younger. And anybody else a Babysitters Club lover? This is just a random one I took off my daughter's shelf. I loved all the Babysitters Club books. This birthday, a book that represents where you are in your life now. I am going to say this nonfiction book, The Mission of Motherhood by Sally Clarkson, because that's where I am, living out my mission as a mom and a wife. And every birthday, book that represents something that has never changed about you. I would say the book of Ecclesiastes from the Bible. To everything, there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heaven. And in happy music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. And I could say anything by him, but I think I will say A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Well, thank you for joining me on this book tag today. I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your November, and I hope that you read a lot. Bye-bye.